It's Clashamania time in Clash of Clans, brother, and WWE is doing a collaboration with Clash of Clans. Let's take a look at this event in the game. So with this current event in Clash of Clans, we've got a new equipment coming out, we've got some event troops, and we have something going on with the army camps that's either going to give you troops for your army or troops that'll fight your army. Let's go ahead and take a look at some strategies, though, with these event troops. So here we go with the first army we're going to take a look at in this video. It's going to be around the Giant, which has a ton of HP. We got some healers there to help keep it alive. Let's go ahead and jump into an attack, and we'll go over how this is done. Alright, we got a very interesting base. This is actually kind of worst case scenario with this troop because it is already very difficult to funnel, but we're going to do our best here, and I think we're going to go in on the left side over here. So we do have a couple of helping troops up there on the top side, so that's going to be nice. We're going to use that for the siege barracks portion of the funnel, but over here we are going to start with a royal champion charge. So you want to funnel out one corner with the RC charge like before, or not like before, but like in a lot of attacks in the current meta of the game. So we're going to go ahead and do that, let the royal champion work. Alright, once the next invis goes down, we are going to go ahead and start the other side of the funnel up here. Just because you have to get this funnel really well established, you don't have a lot of time to work with. And I don't really want the RC taking that stuff out, so we are going to recall her out of there. Let's put the wizard over there to finish up that side. And then let's get this opened up with a wall break. Perfect. And here we go. Let's get the giants working their way in. Alright, this. Let's see, they are kind of going to the outside here. Let's get a headhunter in to help get rid of that enemy king. Queen, healers, a couple of Coco Loons, and the next wall break as well. And we are underway. Let's go ahead and drop in a couple of headhunters, pop the warden's ability, kind of rage everything right here. And then the pathing looks like it's shaping up nicely. We did have a giant go to the right. That might have been the one out of the camps. Oh man, these ones on the left, they're going the wrong way. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's very difficult. But I mean, with this base, there wasn't really a lot of other options for them in this case. Go ahead and poison that prince here. He's going to be kind of a nuisance for us. And then we can drop the royal champion back in as well. Let's actually do that here from the bottom side of the base. Alright, so the RC is back in. She's going to take down that camp with the, whatever that troop is called. I can't remember off the top of my head, but she does have to be taken down 3 times. Alright, RC's chasing her down. That's not the best thing, but I mean, overall, this is looking pretty good. We do have some troops coming out of the CC. Looks like the furnace over there is doing some work. Alright, let's go ahead and freeze that. Get a Skelly spell here and freeze all that up as well. And we do still have another rage. Let's actually just rage up the royal champion here. We'll pop her ability, and it'll get us through all this stuff right there. And then that should do it. I mean, this is, like I said, this is kind of a nightmare scenario with a base like this because it's already very difficult to funnel the giants in, and then when you got literally everything on the outside of the base, obviously that makes it way more difficult. But we're able to get it done. We got plenty of time. We got the queen's ability. Let's pop. What's she doing clear back here? What are you doing, queen? Catch up. Give her the program. Give her the party. Everybody's up here. But we got healers up here. They're still doing their job. The giants are obviously still very healthy. Go ahead and drop one more invis here just to keep the RC alive. Take down the invis, and we will move on to the next event troop. This event also comes with some awesome hero skins and a scenery, and we're going to be doing some giveaways starting around April 18th. The more views that we get on this video, the more giveaways we can do. We'll start with gold passes and then maybe do some giveaways for the hero skins as well. So I do appreciate it if you give a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share with your friends so we can get the views up as high as possible. Let's move on to the next strategy. Next up, the event troop that we have is going to be Kane, and this thing is an absolute tank. And he's going to make a V-line straight for the town hall. So let's go ahead and jump into an attack. You can see the army comp here isn't exactly complicated. Let's see how it works. Alright, so let's start off on the bottom left side of the base here. So we're going to send in the king and then do a little bit of funneling here. So we'll send in the king. I don't have a headhunter for the enemy king, but I think it should be okay here. Alright, yeah, we'll let the king work through the enemy king. Not a big deal. And then on the top side, we'll start off with a Yeti. We'll go ahead and get the siege barracks up there. So we got the enemy queen as well. We'll go with a freeze there. Try to keep her from doing too much damage. King's ability is going off, but we've got the funnel set. And here we go. So we're going to go ahead and just send them in. Send in the warden to support. Queen in behind. Valkyries here to help get this funnel established a little bit better there. Like I said, the Canes are going to make a V-line for the Town Hall anyway, but the funnel is going to be for the Queen. We want her to follow everything in, of course. Alright, let's start off with a Rage. Let's get a Poison down, and then let's pop the Warden's ability, keep everything protected. Alright, so everything's staying safe, making its way in. Let's start with the Royal Champion. Let's send her in from the top. I think it's going to be probably the best spot forward. Drop in another Rage here. We got lots of Rage, lots of Freeze. Let's go for the Freeze, speaking of which. Alright, get that Fire Spitter out of the way. We can freeze this up. Alright, looks like everything's going to the top side for now. Let's freeze that. We still have another Rage. We still have 2 more Rages that we can use. We can Rage right here for the Queen and these Canes. RC's still pushing through. We'll pop her ability, get through the Prince, get through the Monolith. We got a Skelly spell that we can use probably for the cannon on the bottom side of the base. Let's go ahead with another Rage here. We still have the Queen's ability too, so let's go ahead and pop that. Might not even need that Skelly spell, to be honest. RC's still making her way, very slowly but surely. We still have 3 Canes up there on the top side. We still have the Queen on the right side. I mean, it's still 3 Canes out of... Well, technically you bring 4 and then you get 1 out of that extra army camp, but that's still pretty good stuff there. Still have the Expo, the multi-archer tower. They should be able to get through that. I'm going to go ahead and drop these troops down here to get rid of that Yeeter, which is going to attack my troops. Let's get the Wizard, a couple of archers. There we go. And that Skelly spell is going to help take down the Yeeter relatively quickly. And that is going to do it for this one. We still have 3 of the Canes left alive. And it's a pretty strong strategy. All you got to do is basically funnel, send everything down the middle. GG. And then last but not least, we have the Disarmer. So we're actually going to run this army similar to how we would run Hog Riders, because the Disarmer does hop over walls. So what we're going to do is start off with the RC charge, do a bit of a hero dive, and then back end with the Disarmer. Now the Disarmer, it has a good bit of HP, but it also has to get taken down 3 times. So it gets 3 lives on what is a pretty significant amount of HP. So let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, so what we're going to look for to start things off, of course, is going to be the Royal Champion charge. I think we're actually going to go... we want to try to stay away from these troops on the corners that are going to be annoying. I think the... Let's go with the Giant over here. Well, we might want to use that for the hero dive. Let's actually activate the Yeeter. He's not going to be too annoying here for the Royal Champion. So there we go. We're going to start on the bottom side, get this funneled out, get rid of the Yeeter. Oh man, I didn't realize she was going to be stuck right there. That was a bad invis. Oh, that fox is cooked. Uh-oh. That's not a good start. Go with the invis. Oh my goodness. We're going to lose the Royal Champion right off the bat. Alright. As long as we can get the rest of the funnel set, we'll be okay. Let's go with the next invis. Hopefully that doesn't... Oh, the trigger's ability. Man, we're not off to a good start here. That's for sure. Just go with the recall. We didn't really get the funnel set, and that's kind of unfortunate. But I guess it is what it is here. So, got the Yeti. Let's go ahead with the Siege Barracks. There we go. And we're going to send the King, the Queen, the Golems down the middle. Let's go ahead and start with the Golem, the King, Wall Break, Queen, Ice Golem, Valkyrie. Probably start with Headhunters here as well, because there's just a lot of defending heroes right stacked up in that area. King's ability already. It's kind of early for that. Well, we didn't really get what we needed from that Royal Champion charge. We would have had a lot of that extra damage out of the area if that had gone correctly, but oh well. It is what it is. All we can do is see if this will still work. This is a very strong troop, so I feel like we still have a good chance here. We're going to start these little ladies down here on the bottom side, so we'll send them in. Send in the Warden here. Send in the Royal Champion. They are moving quickly early on. Let's pop that Warden's ability. Rage them up over here. Oh, they went to the outside of the base, man. Their path thing's a little bit all over. Go the heal here. Now they're kind of fighting that other one that's on the right side. There we go. Now they're going to move into that heal. Now that other one on the outside that came from the army camp comes back, as expected. Got one in the core. Takes down the Monolith. Might even take down the Town Hall, but I'm going to focus this heal up here. Try to keep them healthy as they continue their way through. We got a little bit of cleanup to do on the outside. Not a big deal. Alright, so that was a really sloppy start and a bad, basically a bad hero dive, a bad RC charge, but these troops are still going, and they're doing all the heavy lifting in this attack, which is crazy. And if I can get away with that many mistakes and still have this attack triple. That just goes to show how strong it is. And we still have the Kane up here that has yet to be opened up. I could have dropped a couple of troops up there just to get him loose early on, which if you're going to do these attacks, it's not a bad idea to get him activated earlier rather than later so he can have his full effect in the attack. But either way, we're able to get through. The Queen still manages to stay alive, and despite the sloppy attack on my behalf, this still is going to crush the base. We didn't even lose one of the disarmers there. And that's going to do it for this video. If you guys missed it and you want to check it out, here is one of the Yeeter video strategies right here.